February is the month of love, and when else could have been the perfect time for me to upload the second part of my channel's much loved video, Top 10 Indian Romantic Movies. So, hello Cinefam, here I am, back with 10 more brilliant Indian romances to tell you about, and there is going to be a lot of varieties, so please keep watching till the end. So, without letting a moment pass, let's begin with our list. Number 10, OK Kanmani. This is a Mani Ratnam work, so of course you have the usual nuances in music, cinematography, and world building. Apart from these, OK Kanmani is the most free-flowing film in Mani sir's filmography, despite dealing with the dilemmas of modern-day romances, failed marriages, parenting issues, childhood traumas, and more. But at the core, it's a film about love of different kinds, of different ages, although centered around a modern day young couple, two non believers in the institution of marriage who follow the route of living together without it. The film has this easy breezy romantic vibe where everything feels so natural. The train scenes of Dulquer and Nitya are sure to remind you of Manisa's Alai Payude. I didn't actually like how the film ended, but still I'd suggest you to watch OK Kanmani for its simplistic storytelling and frolicsome romance. Number 9, Rajnigandha. Although it's a film that was made 5 decades ago, still has this air of liberalism and modernity around it. Rajnigandha was adapted from a short story called Yahi Sach Hai by prolific author of Hindi literature and famous screenwriter Mannu Bhandari. This was a very subtle and clever adaptation by the eminent Basu Chatterjee, who pioneered parallel cinema and presented to us several relatable and slice of life movies about urban middle class folks. Similarly, Rajnigandha is a tale of Deepa, a highly educated young woman who falls in love with her chatterbox classmate Sanjay, who soon gets a job, but Deepa travels to Mumbai to chase an interview. There she catches upon with Naveen, her first love, and their old flame is rekindled soon. Now she is in complete confusion and turmoil of what to do next and who to choose between the two. Till the last minute of the film, you will be unable to guess who is she gonna choose, and that's what takes this film at the peak of storytelling. Vidya Sinha looks deeply eloquent and charming in her portrayal, along with Amol Palekar's distinctively natural persona. Dinesh Thakur also played his part well, and the use of Rajnigandha flowers denote the permanency of the relationship between Deepa and Sanjay. Honestly, what marvels me the most is that this film, which is so modern in thought, was made in the 70s. Hats off. Number 8, Chitrangada. This was originally Tagore's one of a kind drama where he enacted stories through dance. We all know how progressive Tagore's writings were. Same was with this too, where he had explored the tale of transformation of the masculine princess who became the wife of Arjuna in Mahabharata. The movie Chitrangada by Rituparna Ghosh is an epitome of emotional brilliance. Although the story touches upon much more important topics apart from the romantic element, still Rituda, who played the lead character, their chemistry with Jishu Sengupta and Anjan Dotto is just marvelous, extremely natural. Everything about the film felt so real that my heart was aching throughout the experience. Chitrangada is a painful yet dreamy film for the LGBTQ com and for everyone who wants all kinds of sexual preferences and orientations to be normalized. There hasn't been a moment in this film where they haven't shattered glass ceilings of regressive thoughts. I would highly recommend you to watch this film for Ghosh's creative brilliance, which deals with the significant fact that children do have desires beyond their parents' expectations. Number 7, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. This has to be one of the most misunderstood films in Bollywood. Everything about this film was contemporary in thought, apart from the minuscule body shaming jokes. This was an interesting take on infidelity by Karan Johar, where two people going through the similar tough spots fall for each other, trying to give up on their fizz free marriages. But I feel now it's high time you acknowledge the fact that the film was about marrying for love and not for some other irrelevant, unspecific reason. Because if you are in the wedlock but that's not out of love, there's a high chance you find love after the marriage, which would result in the exact repercussions as the film. This was also an unique film where Shah Rukh didn't actually play the lovable hero. Preeti played the woman of sky high ambitions, of course rare for an Indian heroine of that time. Rani played the so-called home wrecker, but she still made Maya a relatable character. And the most wacky thing you'll see in Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna is Amitabh Bachchan's kinky dad, that's called Sexy Sam. Number 6, Noukadubi. Again, a Rituparna film, which was a cathartic watch, I must admit. I won't reveal the unusual plot to you, but the title is translated in English as Boat Wreck. Never in your wildest dreams can you think of such a spectacle after a boat wreck, but that gives rise to a raw, unhindered, and pure love, and that is to watch out for. Ria Sen's innocent village belle is sure to make you emotional. Performances are all brilliant, along with the visually stunning cinematography. As it's a romantic musical, so songs are perfectly infused into the plot, acting like catalysts to advance each emotion more and more. Noukadubi, being a period film set in 1920s, is still relevant to the young audiences for the complexity of relationships that is explored very well, and also complying to the old age, it shows a decent and innocent romance to us. Number 5, Vinnaithaandi Varuvaayaa. Talking about Indian romances and not having a GVM film is definitely a crime. So here it is, one of his finest works till date. VTV is about Karthik, a Hindu guy who falls head over heels with a Catholic girl, Jessie. Of course, love at first sight, as in almost all GVM films. That is problematic for me, but let's move on. The title translates to Will You Cross the Skies for Me? So you already know that they are star-crossed lovers. What starts as a story of Simbu's Karthik moves forward only to become Jessie's tale. Jessie was the unperturbed, beautiful, refreshing heroine by Trisha who made her a woman worth dying for. There is also a sophisticated and subtle way in the writing of Gotham which dignifies and elevates his characters. The lead pair's chemistry and the dialogue seem so awkward yet relatable. The camera work and the remarkable music are just add ons for the beautiful love story. Don't miss this one. Number 4, Premam. I actually have a disclaimer for this one and the top 3 for the magical abilities of their characters to grow on us and being totally unforgettable experiences. Okay, so coming back to Premam, Alphonse Putrin, who wrote and directed the film, has incredibly stylized the film with small butterflies flying everywhere, which means that love has blossomed in our protagonist George's life again. We are put to see George's life through rose tinted glasses where he loves and fails, and the same things happen all over again. The transformation of a love struck young boy to a rowdy in college and finally to an ever grouchy cafe owner is remarkably fleshed out by Niven Polly. His second love, Muller, has the most screen time after Niven's George. Sai Pallavi's charming presence is to watch out for. Malare by Vijay Yesudas is a ballad to remember. The film might look stretchy to you at times, but trust me, the climax is worth it. Number 3, Mayaanadhi. Yet another Malayalam film, and for me, the film is a mystic river of emotions and romance in the pretense of a thriller. The excellent narration by Ashik Abu is a class apart. His direction proves that two characters and strong backgrounds are sufficient to make a love story romantic yet riveting. Tovino's innocence and naivety, along with the eloquence of Aishwarya, is a match made in the heaven of Ashik Abu with melodious songs by Rex Vijayan. The cinematography by Jayesh Mohan was to remember for ages. The main standout was Aishwarya Lakshmi's Apu. Such a character is written once in ages, and that too for mainstream cinema. Just listen to the dialogues. The most powerful one being sex is not a promise, which Apu says to Mata, to which he replies that why are you talking like a prostitute? That entire aesthetic lovemaking and the following sequence is unforgettable for me. Lastly, Darshana's Bavra Man is otherworldly. Number 2, 96. If there's any Indian film that I'll end up crying no matter how many times I watch it, that has to be 96. The tragic tales of doomed romance has mostly worked for movies, and same goes for 96 too, which shows two young lovers madly in love yet separated by fate only to meet again after 22 years in their school reunion. What makes this movie so special is its unfiltered and raw emotional element between Ram and Janu. Apart from Vijay Sethupathi and Trisha Krishnan's brilliant performances, Aditya Bhaskar and Gauri Kishan have also managed to pull off their scenes well. This is a magical film and you need to watch it right now if you haven't. Finally, number 1, Laila Majnu. Imtiaz Ali's brother Sajid Ali made his directorial debut with the film, and both of them has designed the screenplay. This 2018 film is a modern take on the star-crossed lover's tale, but pretty much meet the same fate. This is an unique film which compels you to think and requires you to absorb in its world, otherwise, everything will feel meaningless to you. The first half is something which you have already seen, but you will get into its trance only in the second half. cinematography, music, and direction are all unmatchable, but Avinash Tiwary is the reason you need to watch this film. He is the revelation of this decade. Tripti Dimri has also put her best foot forward. This story of madness in the backdrop of a heaven like Kashmir elevates everything about it. Do watch it if you haven't. Do let me know in the comments that how many of the movies have you already watched and what do you think of others. Also visit the first part of this series here if you haven't. Do subscribe if you haven't yet and follow me on Twitter for more filmy stuff. Keep loving films and thanks to each one of you for watching this.